There are two things you can focus on in your marriage, but you can't do the two at the same time. You either focus on what your spouse is getting right, or you focus on what your spouse is getting wrong. If you are focusing on what your spouse is getting right, you are doing a very great job, and you are building a foundation that will build a strong and successful marriage. But if you are focusing on what your spouse is getting wrong, you're only building a foundation that will destroy your marriage. Because if your focus is on what your spouse is getting wrong, you will always see so many things he or she is getting wrong. And if you are fixated on what she is getting wrong, you will never have peace in your marriage. And upon that, you are building a foundation that will destroy your marriage. Why are you doing that? Focus on what your spouse is getting right, because there are so many things, so many things your spouse is getting right. And I want to encourage you to focus on those things your spouse is getting right. Do you know the interesting thing again? When you focus is more on what your spouse is getting right, you are literally encouraging them to do more. Have you noticed that whenever you encourage your spouse to do more, or whenever you commend them on what they are doing right, or whenever you remind them of what they are doing right, haven't you noticed that they tend to do more? As opposed to when you are always focusing on what they are getting wrong and always reminding them. Do they improve on what they are doing wrong? The answer is no. But when you are focusing on what they are getting right, they will tend to do more, because they know that their spouse will always notice what they are getting right, because they know that their spouse will always praise them for what they are getting right. So I'm encouraging you, my friend, to always focus on what your spouse is getting right, because there are so many things to focus on, and that is what I'm encouraging you to do today. Follow me for more, and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you all.